Hey paisanos, what is going on? It's Kenzen Crese here. And what we're going to do now is show you how to create a character in Star Wars Galaxies. So, first things first, when you log in, you see your character list. Now, this character I currently have going on, because that's my crafter I told you about. He's in the background doing his thing right now on the computer that we're recording off of. Or using the software to record. I'm playing on my laptop here, and this is the character you saw earlier today. Now what we're going to do is we're going to hit create, and we're going to go to Basilisk. That is the server that we play on. Eventually it'll get reset. Now, good thing about this game is it's so open that you can create and play any race any way you want it. Now, what does that mean for us? Well, we have to decide what we want to do. And truthfully, I currently want to be a Wookie. See how tall that Wookie is? Well, I'm going to scroll down here to the bottom. So here's what we have for the Wookiees. There's all of our stats. Our mind is kind of low. Our health strength is high. Well, dang. We're going to have to get our stat tree done if I'm going to do what I want to do. Because what I plan on doing is making the Wookiee a... what is it called? A ranger, a sniper, and a squad leader. And just be somebody that's out in the wilderness. Now let's look at Boffin here. I normally don't play as Boffins, but I want to see. Oh. I think these are the bonuses to the character, not the actual way the stats are worked around. So we're still going to pick Wookie. We're going to hit next if my mouse works. Now, do we go super tiny Wookie, super tall Wookie? Say super tall, not super muscular. Fur color, we're going to go black. Nope, I already got one like that. And you just customize everything you have. Make that big. Make the eyes of green. We're on face. My mouse messed up again. And pretty much you just move each of the what do you call it? Sliders. Get to the way you want to get it. Let me see here. Alright. Make sure I pick the right color that I like. And then we get to pick the pattern of the coloring. So I'm going to change this to a light color. This will help me determine the pattern. Because I have one light and one dark. It contrasts. And it just... And again, my mouse did that thing. Let's go back to the beginning. Okay, or not. This is why I need a new mouse. Let me put this on the color that I want it on. And then slowly go backwards. And really, it's just going through and trying to figure out what coloring you like. I actually like that one. Make it a little bit... That right there looks good to me, so we're going to hit next. Now, what we're going to do here is figure out, holy crap, what our profession is going to be. And I'm going to explain each profession with looking at mainly the stats, because I'm looking at stats for when I create my character so I know if I'll be good to go right off the bat. And then this will show you how your life pool will be, or your hand bars will be. So first off is Artisan. Artisan is the person who builds stuff and sells it. That is what my other Wookie currently is, so I'm not gonna build or start off as that. Brawler, hand-to-hand combat guy. He punches, uses melee weapons. Entertainer is a dancer, or a musician, or the image designer. They heal your mind, focus, and willpower wounds, and the image designer resets your stats for you. Marksman is who I think I'm going to be. That is person who shoots. Pretty much all they have rifles, carbines, and pistols. If you go rifles, you can go rifleman. If you go pistols, you can go pistol or smuggler. Carbine is carbine or carbineer. Then you have range support. And at the top of that, after you master that, you can go into bounty hunter or commando. And then we have medic, who heals people, which I might pick that first because of the mine pool. And then we have scout. Scout, well, you go around and you start tapping, or not tapping, what do you call it? Leading people around in the wilderness, building camps, getting bones, hides, other things like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start as medic, because I like the mine stat for that. And I'm going to hit next. Well, now we need a name, and I actually like that name. So we get to look at this, and then we get to look at our skills. We get novice medic. Alright, next. Now we're loading in. I hope I have the tutorial playing. If we do, I will show you how we change the controls. And you're limited to one character per hour that you can create. I think you can have 10 characters total, so that's very important. Now, we see how the hub is. And you guys saw in the last video how my hub's made, or set up. Cool thing is, I can grab this map. Maybe. There we go. And drop it right there. Grab my buff window. Drop it right there if my mouse works. Take the chat, push it over. Resize. And that'll be good. I can't wait till I get my money. And drag that down. Now here's a hint with the toolbar, because you're going to need more space. Get right at the edge of it, and then drag up. What this will do, it will let you have extra space in your toolbar for what it is you need. And I just remove the excess stuff. Now, to change your skills. First off, when you start the game, you start like this. Well, to edit all that, you just right click. And then you come down to this little wrench. And you go to controls and key map. And change it to EverQuest style. Click apply. Hit OK. But first, I'm actually going to do something different here. Actually, it's all set up, because I played on this computer before. Oh, that's what you do. Oh, no it ain't. We're going to go to key mapping. And what we're going to do is walk. There it is. Walk left is double tap. Rebind. Hit A. Yes. Go to C. Rebind. Hit D. There we go. And now, I can sidestep. It doesn't turn. Now here's the cool thing. When you start off, you get a knife, a weapon, and something else. So I'm going to equip that bowcaster. To find what skills you have currently, you click on this little firework symbol. And then go to combat, and I just drag my attack down. That's all you do. Now, here's the important part. The tutorial will teach you how to play. That is very important. I highly suggest playing through that with everybody, at least on your first character. But let's say you get done with the tutorial. What are you gonna do? So we're gonna go up to this terminal, and we're gonna pick a town. Now, as you see here, we have the Empire, the Freelance, or the Rebel Alliance, and each one has a different city or something to do with it. So we're gonna just go to Mos Eisley. Mos Eisley is the best one to start with because it has the most people. It has people that are willing to help you. That is key. So I'm just gonna click next, and we're loading into Mos Eisley now. When you start, like I said, you have your one weapon and a knife. Besides that, if you start as a marksman, you'll have one of each type of weapon. If you start as a brawler, you'll have one of each type of weapon. And really, what we're going to do now is come over here and talk to my Wookie. Other Wookie. Wrong way. He's this way. And we're going to get the stuff I was going to trade. See, look, there's my Wookie. I want to show you the good way of getting started. So, to trade with somebody, you just double click on them. And you accept what they give you. Now, I do this with most of my characters since I have a thing to go off of. And it worked. We're done. But the game was frozen still on my tower. Alright, so now that we have that done, I have droid battery. Oh, I forgot to trade the droid. Crap. Well, I'll do that later. I just want to show you guys what to start with and how to do some missions here. So first things first is I'm going to talk to the Marksman Trainer. It's 100 credits to get trained. You can make 100 credits very easily. And then there we go. So with the novice marksman, we get a couple skills: overcharge shot, point blank single, and point blank area. Overcharge shot's probably going to be the one I use the most. Now, what we're going to do when you come out of the space station, after I go back to where that is, I'll walk you where to go for the first mission terminal. So here's where you start at right here. Your trainers are in this general area. So you have Scout, Marksman, Medic, and Brawlers right next to Scout. Your Artisan trainers right in front of you. And then the Entertainer trainers right there. Now, you can get buffed up right away. Usually, if you're like brand spanking new, people won't get mad at you. But as you come around this corner here, you can see here's the mission terminals. This is the important thing. And this is where you want to go to. Now, I tried to rush through the explanation earlier, but I'll go through it a little bit more here right now. So, we are on destroy. We can also do deliver. I'm gonna do destroy because, well, that's how I am. Now you have the person who made it. Usually, all the like this is randomly generated and this is randomly generated, as far as I know. This next one is the payment, and then this last one is the direction. You can get 2 missions at any time. I would suggest starting off simple and picking something easy. That one, when you open a mission, you'll see what kind of creature it is, how far away, the creator, the reward, and difficulty. I would not suggest fighting those or the rock mites. Nothing but rock mites. And definitely do not do anything with humanoids. You know it's humanoids by this right here. If it looks like a mechanical thing, it's a humanoid. If it looks like some kind of creature layer like so, then it is a animal. And it's really just going through and finding the right one to fight. But actually, you know what? I forgot to show you. Probably the easiest thing to do is you hit I for your inventory if you have the same what do you call them? Skill buttons open, right click on the vehicle and generate it. And then you just come through this area, go to the left, go around the starport. You can hit M to follow the path. And what we're going to do is go find a couple creatures outside the city, and we're going to fight them. So that guy has that group. Dang. Everybody has the group of creatures, so I gotta go find some group that isn't taken. People sit out here and grind these low-level groups for the first part of their XP journey. And this is where I would suggest you come. Go outside of a city and find a group of enemies to fight. Why would I do that? Mainly because it'll get you some good XP to start with, and you won't have to worry about much of anything hurting you. Like, we're gonna go up here to this warts. They say instant death, but everything usually says instant death. That dude's probably shooting them too. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do overcharge shot. So I killed something, and what we see here on the screen, how much XP I got. I got 113, I believe it was, of rifle experience. So that right there tells me that the bowcaster gives rifle experience, which is what I want. So I got 113 currently, and it takes 2 skill points to learn. When you start with 250, and as you see, I'm down to 205. That's because I have medic and scout. Now I don't need medic, because I'm planning on going squad leader and ranger. So I can just come up the medic, click on the skill, click surrender. And to surrender the skill, you just type in yes, if I can type, and click OK. Now I don't have that anymore, and we're going to shoot again. What you want to do is get the first box. It doesn't take that much to do. Now, what you have to worry about is how slow your rifle... Yeah, that fires really slow. Holy crap. I'm going to have to find a better bowcaster. Now, when a scout, you click on the enemy and click harvest resources, and you just click on the one you want to harvest, and you get scouting XP. It's very important. Now, if I were to remember to trade my droid over, I would have taught you the basics of using a droid. But we can look at this here real quick. We have scouting XP for these two. They both use scouting XP. This one uses trapping. This one uses wilderness survival. Marksman, as you see, it takes 1,000. We're at almost 500. So that's all I'm going to show you with this tutorial. But the main thing to know, this really wasn't a tutorial, it's just how to start. The main thing to know is you don't really have to plan out what you want to do. Just know kind of your play style, because you can mix and match everything that you want in this and just have fun. That's all that matters. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Check out the Patreon in the description below, and let me know if you play on the SWG EMU server, and if you do, what character type you play, and have a good day.